the whole thing with Steve Will Do It. What exactly happened? What was it about?
I don't know if he wants me to speak on it. Me and Steve are mad cool now.
Oh, okay.
I could try to FaceTime him right now. He's coming to my house tomorrow. Today's 24th, 25th.
Okay.
He's coming to my house tomorrow. He flew in from LA to Orlando. He's in Oviedo right now in his house. He's gonna come. We're gonna do a stream here tomorrow at my house. I don't know if he wants me to talk about it. I'm gonna say it, and if you have to cut it out, I'll tell you before you release it.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know this. You know Steve got banned off YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That was scary, man. When I saw that.
Now listen, you know he got banned off YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You know, I spoke to anybody. At this time, YouTube is 2021, 2022, when he got kicked off YouTube, 2023, whatever. And from 22 to 23. When he got kicked off YouTube, I made every call I could call, right? They wanted to control Steve. Steve was growing at an all-time rate where he was getting bigger than the program. The program being Nelk, being Full Send.
Yeah.
Remember, they found Steve at a frat party. Nelk came from Canada. They would do like all these frat stops, right? Like these tours where they go to frats, the white boys drinking and shit, like Full Send, right? And Steve was getting too big. When's the first time you heard Steve Will Do It? Be honest.
When he got banned.
When he got banned.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't one of these Full Send Nelk Boys kind of followers.
Yeah. It was only a Steve Will Do It, right? Steve Will Do It. Yo, I would go to UFC events, and instead of people screaming Nelk Boys, they would scream Steve, 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 Steve. Steve was bigger than them, right? Who do you say is the head of Nelk?
No idea.
But you know Steve, right?
Yeah.
The head of Nelk is, what's his name? Carl, no, as a kid, what's that kid? Kyle Forgard. He's the head of Nelk. Look it up on your laptop. Who is it? Head of Nelk, boys.
I mean,
Kyle.
the main member, there's Kyle.
That's it.
Yeah,
you
Kyle
see
Forgard, Jesse, Steven, and Lucas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The head is Kyle Forgard. So when Steve was getting bigger than Kyle, they were like, yo, 6ix9ine is streaming with Steve every day, part of his YouTube videos, being part of all of this. We need to get rid of 6ix9ine. And that's how we fell out. Rumble comes about. Rumble said, yo, 6ix9ine, you gotta be part of all the streams with where Steve share his shit. That was all fine. You gotta stream, blah, blah. One time, I'm gonna give you an example. Remember when that hurricane hit Fort Myers hard? You remember?
Yeah.
Steve bought 25 trailers, like trailer park, like thing, and gifted it to the most families that was in need, 25 of them.
Wow.
Probably cost them like $40,000 a pop, right? But like 25 of them. So he's like, Danny, I really need you for this video. I need you to come to Fort Myers. I showed you the map to my house. It's a 4-hour drive straight, right? And they said, yo, Steve, have Danny send his passport. I don't need a passport to go to Fort Myers. Yeah, we just need to get a screen check because the Red Cross was there. Like, the Army, when there's a big catastrophe, they send the Red Cross, right? They said anybody passing the bridge to get to Fort Myers or whatever the fuck, right? That highway needs to get a screen check for, the military and the Red Cross. They lied. They said 6ix9ine didn't pass the background check because of his criminal history. It was bullshit the whole time.
Okay.
So Steve's driver, Nelson, tells me like, yo, basically, da-da-da-da, like there was never no background check, there was never this. So that's just an example of how we started to fall apart. So let me explain to you. So now me and Steve have this deal with Rumble, right? And it was hard for me to reach my deliverables and standards with this deal. So when Rumble gives them this deal for me to stream, I can't stream, right? Because I can't be around Steve. I'm not in the videos. We did a whole favela Brazil video, never came out because we're gonna lose our Happy Dad sponsors, a whole bunch of shit. So they give him this deal and say, yo, 6ix9ine is not meeting his deliverables. And I wasn't because I'm not part of the videos. I'm not part of anything. So now I look like a fucking, like a bad IG model bitch promoting fucking tea tree oil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look like, yo, go watch Steve's videos, even though he's my friend. Like, bro, I'm fucking canceling everything I have to do to fly to Brazil with you and get into these favelas, risking my life And I'm not even in the video. You cut me out. Why? Because all behind his back. Long story short, he says that basically like there was this money, right, or whatever. And I'm like, you know what, Steve? If you feel like I didn't reach my standard of deals, then that's that. So I was going through something in my life that I was just like, you know what, do what you do. That's when he took my daughter to Disney World. You remember that?
Yeah.
When I meet his daughter, it looks just like him.
So
That's when I heard about the whole beef, when he
Okay.
did that.
But it
That's
was-
when everything kind of...
to this day, have I ever said something bad about Steve that you've seen?
Not that I've seen.
And I always said it. The person who says something bad about someone after they fall off with that person is because that's how they felt the entire time. I love Steve. He's a great person. We want to talk about growth, right? With Young Thug and wife and Lucci, whatever. I'm not mad that Steve took my daughter, you know what I mean? He did it to get back at me, but I appreciate that, you know what I mean? Because the relationship, you know, that I have with my daughter and not being able to see her because of this person or whatever. But me and Steve never, like, we don't even speak about that. You know what I mean? Because
Okay.
I never felt no ill will to that man.